When we come back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they need to strike a balance between being aggressive and being too aggressive. You know, Ernie, you need to be solid defensively at the same time, but not get pushed around. I think they're giving up a lot of free throws, way too many. They need to go back to playing solid, fundamental defense and build the energy from there.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
They battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position.
Chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan. That's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. The second quarter on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, you live by the three and you die by the three. And today, Ernie, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is
now,
and taking full
for
advantage.
Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long, everyone.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. You gotta love the John Wall we saw in the first. He had 21 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
John Wall speed, end to end, I thought it was a difference maker in the first half. Even when you get back defensively, he's already up on you. It's a little bit like defending Russell Westbrook, except that Wall's a more instinctive passer.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver.
Let's
and
get
you
some
did
good
just that.
position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything
Folks, for our
been falling
broadcast,
for him.
for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 25 points, 9 rebounds, and also 3 steals. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
Tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. For joining us, that'll do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.
Just crowd shooters.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. 76ers on top. They lead by 8. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Big time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Everything dropping in for him. And we'll be back with you shortly. Jordan player of the game, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting, not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit, unable to lock in on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Tremendous shooting. They've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Our Jordan player of the game, Michael Conley.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. For now,
hey, Kevin.
For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Close game. Nuggets ahead, leading by just 2. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. Jamal Murray has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 4 steals, and 1 rebound. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
They showed a total lack of discipline in the first half, way too many turnovers. Coach was not happy, a lot of miscommunication going on. This game could easily get away from them if they do not tighten up.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
In that quarter, we'll get right back to the action when we return.
Right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball. Pulverized in the post.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. Marc Gasol playing terrific basketball in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 3 steals, and 6 rebounds. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Got more in store for you right after this.
teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Of our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And, Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. To do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Running out, they stay poised and get the shot off just in time.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't
do it for
make
now.
his decision.
For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.